Unit 10, page 125. Listening 2.
I went to Europe last year. I decided to take a break before starting college to see things around so I could figure out what things I liked and what things I really hated. I visited over 7 countries. Most of them were English speaking, like England, Ireland, Norway, the Netherlands, and Germany. I also visited France, Spain, Italy, and Portugal, where people could speak English, but most of the time they just responded in their own languages. I'll tell you about some of the places I've been. I first landed in Madrid, which is the capital city of Spain. It was a very warm day. I remember sweating a lot when I left the plane. It was a summer day. After leaving my luggage at the hostel and taking a shower, I left. Map in hand, a water bottle, and a whole lot of energy. I first went to Plaza Mayor, a very big square with lots of souvenir stands, and lots of bodegas, something like bars. Lots of tourists around, and tons of pigeons. After that, I went to the Royal Palace, but unfortunately the King and Queen were not there. The place is huge and very beautiful. I walked through the gardens and everything. It was a very nice place. I spent 3 more days in Madrid. Moving on, I traveled to Paris, where I could go to the Louvre Museum. I couldn't believe how big it all was. It would take me around 5 days to see everything. I spent just 2. The other 3 days I decided to stay outside. I had a little trouble in France, basically because I don't speak any French at all, so to get information was kind of hard. Another factor that contributed to this is that French people are not very into speaking English with the tourists. Every time I asked something in English, they would promptly give me an answer in French. I felt terribly stupid, but this only motivated me to take some lessons in the future. Later I went on to Montmartre, which is a bohemian neighborhood where I could meet some people at the bars and enjoy the nightlife. It was one of the nicest parts of my travel. I also went to the Eiffel Tower, to the Triumphal Arch, to Champs-Élysées Avenue, and all the tourist places. Paris was fantastic. My next destination was London. London is the most cosmopolitan city I've been so far in my life. Everything happens there. There's one downside. The food is not that good over there. And the weather is kinda damp too. I spent 5 days there and it rained in 4 of them. I love to visit the British Museum, especially the Egyptian history section. I could see pharaoh mummies, the ancient artifacts, and everything else. It was unbelievable. I visited the London Eye, the largest Ferris wheel in Europe. The view was fantastic. I also visited the Piccadilly Circus. I went to some shops and then back to my hostel. Surely you enjoy seeing everything, but it is so tiring. I very much liked going to these places, and for sure I'll return to Europe.